Hey there, and welcome to my channel. I'm so happy and thankful that you came to spend a little time and craft with me today. Last week, I brought to you a video that had the hottest DIYs and trends of this season, and I couldn't fit it all into one video, so this is part 2. I used Dollar Tree materials to create these DIYs, and I hope you enjoy. Now don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. And let's jump in. For the first DIY, you're going to need a gift bag, and it can be any gift bag of your choosing. All of these are from Dollar Tree. And you're going to need 4 picture frames. You can either do 4x6 or you can do 5x7, whichever one you choose. Mine are 5x7s because that's what I had in my stash. Now, a really important tip that I need to tell you is go through the bags and make sure that this DIY is going to work with the bag you want. You're going to take your 4 picture frames and you're going to glue them together to make a beautiful scene with your gift bag. And you have to make sure that the picture frame is not going to be covering up an important part of the gift bag. You can see when I put these 4 frames together, it's going to cover up the puppy dog's face, and so this one is definitely not going to work. When you find the bag that you want to use, you're going to cut the front of it off. If you don't want to use the side with the glitter, just use the back side of the bag. Most of the time it doesn't have glitter, but y'all know I'm going to glitz it up. Go ahead and lay your frames down on the top of your bag one more time so you can determine if you're going to be putting your picture frames vertical or horizontal. I went ahead and took the glass out of my picture frames because that's my preference. I don't like the glare, and I took out all those little tabs from the back. We're going to flip our picture frames over and use a square or something to make sure that you are getting this absolutely straight. I find it so much easier to use popsicle sticks, and I don't glue frame to frame. What I did was started off with 2 of my frames and put down 1 popsicle stick in the middle, and then I would move on to the next frame and put the popsicle stick in the middle, and then put those 2 frames together because I'm notorious at not being able to get things straight, even when I use a square, y'all. So for me, it's so much better to do 2 frames at a time and then to place those 2 frames together as one whole unit. I hope that makes sense, but you can see what I'm doing here. Now, if you feel like yours would be more secure by also gluing the frame to the frame, go ahead and do that. But I didn't do that. I just used the popsicle sticks, and I have to say, mine turned out pretty sturdy. When I got it all placed together with the popsicle sticks, this is what mine looked like on the back. Now, it's not going to win a beauty contest, but it's going to do the trick. I'm going to use my Waverly Antique Wax to paint this with. Now, mind you, my antique wax is very watered down. It's probably 10% of the actual wax, and the other 90% is water. And I really wish that I had some wood frames to use for this, but I didn't. This has the look of wood, but it's actually plastic. But it'll still work all the same. I just went over it with my paintbrush and I let it dry, and then I just kind of dabbed it off, if you will, with a paper towel. I'm going to set the frame aside for now. I'm going to look at my bag here and see anywhere where we need some light. Mine naturally has all these little sparkles of light on the Christmas tree. So what I do is I take like my Cricut tool. You can take anything that has a sharp edge on it. You could probably even do it with a pen, honestly, and just go through and poke and make little holes. Now, I know from experience that my fairy lights have 20 little lights on those. So I went through and poked about probably 22, 23 holes, and it's mostly in my Christmas tree. However, Santa Claus is on the left-hand side, and there was no light. So I just poked a few little holes like where his buttons are on his suit, and then a few on his hat, just for a little added flair on that side too. Now you're going to flip your bag over and you're going to grab your fairy lights. Don't worry about trying to make this pretty because trust me, it never is, and it honestly does not matter whatsoever. All you're going to do is find each of your little holes and you're going to place each little light at the back there of the hole and then simply just tape it down. I'm using these little sticky dots, and I believe these came from the Dollar Tree. I can't remember what the name of these are. If you don't have these, you can literally use just regular old tape. All you're going to do is place the light over the hole and tape it down. It's that simple. Now, when you run out of your lights, you're totally done, unless you want to add another string of fairy lights. Then I just took one of my little tabs and placed it on the back side of my little battery pack to flip my lights off and on. And I'm just going to use that to stick it to the back here. I go ahead and flip my overhead light off just to make sure that everything looks good and that I don't need to change anything. And when it does, all I'm going to do is just take my frames and I'm going to place those on the front. I just put a little bit of glue here and there wherever it's needed. It honestly doesn't take much. It's just to kind of hold it still. And then you're going to notice that you've got some overhang left on your bag. You're going to cut that off. And then if you want to, but it's absolutely not necessary, you can take one of the poster boards and cut it down to the size of your picture. That way you've got a little bit more of a firm foundation on the back, and it actually does look a little bit better. But like I said, you don't have to do that step, and that's it. I hope you like this one.
Christmas is just around the corner, coming up just around the bend. Holiday couldn't be here sooner. Holiday for family and friends. And we've got pine tree, pine cone, evergreen, mistletoe, candy cane, Santa Claus, a gingerbread woman and a gingerbread man in a gingerbread house and all. Christmas is just around.
The second one is so easy and it makes a beautiful statement. You're going to take one of these glass pieces that, of course, come from the Dollar Tree, and then you're going to get you any color of fairy lights that you choose. You're going to pull your little tab on your fairy lights, and you're going to stick that down into your jar. And for now, you're going to let the very end piece of your fairy lights that has the little remote piece on it, you're going to let that just kind of dangle, and you're going to pop the top right back on. And there is a set of wings that you can get at the Dollar Tree, but I could not find them anywhere. I found this beautiful butterfly that's going to have to do for now. It was $1.87 at Walmart, and it is in the Christmas section because it's actually an ornament that goes on your tree. I pulled the tag off, and we didn't want it to look like a butterfly because we're making a beautiful angel. And so we're just going to clip off the little antennas of the butterfly and that little piece in the center so that we can put it on the back of our jar. Then I took a little bit of the Dollar Tree's Fix-All adhesive glue. I'm going to put a little bit of that on the battery pack to my fairy lights and just a little bit of hot glue so that it will hold on to it right now. And I'm going to glue this kind of to the bottom part and the back of that jar. That way it won't go anywhere. And then I'm going to glue the wings down, and I'm also going to glue those down with the Fix-All adhesive so that it will be really nice and glued on there. And for video purposes, I'm also just going to use the hot glue, just a little bit of that so it'll stick for now. But listen, if you want these wings to stick on there and not come off, make sure you use a really good glue like the Fix-All glue or E6000 or something of that nature. Now we're going to make the little halo, and you don't have to put this on there, but I think it looks cuter. You can use any type of wire that you have. Honestly, I could not find anything, so I just clipped off like the bottom part of this little tree topper, and it's for one of those small trees, And I actually got 2 of the little halos out of this one piece. All I did was just kind of prop it up on the top of her head and glue it there. And off camera, I made a second angel, and that's the one that I'm putting the halo on. This angel has blue lights inside, and it was kind of a bluish colored jar. And I got the wings for this one off of Temu. They're a little bit smaller, but I really like them a lot better. And I really think that the halo gives it an added touch. I hope you like this one. And don't you run off just yet, because the third DIY is my favorite. And now it's time for my favorite DIY. You're going to get just a bunch of these little houses from the Dollar Tree, whatever you choose in these. Then I just took some simple old masking tape. I'm going to cover up any of the pieces to the best of my ability that I don't want to be spray painted over. Because the next step is to take these little houses outside and spray paint them to make them look like little gingerbread houses. And of course, anytime that I'm talking about spray paint, I'm talking about Rust-Oleum 2 times. And this is the color Chestnut in Gloss. This is such a huge trend this year, guys. Even like Pottery Barn and the real expensive places are all doing gingerbread houses. And I have seen everybody doing these on the Facebook groups. Now, I'm just using some white puffy paint. I'm not doing anything special, and I am definitely not an artist. I promise you that. My hand was really shaky. And what I did was just kind of look up on Google like little samples of gingerbread houses. And I noticed a lot of them just has little dots on it. And I was like, I can do that. And I think one of the best tips that I can give you is kind of to keep your puff paint moving. Don't like stop and then try to start. That's going to happen a little bit, and it's really not going to make that much of a difference. Just try to keep it flowing if you can. It's really easy to correct anything on these little things if you don't get it right. My main thing that I did on all of this was just kind of outline everything with this beautiful little white color and draw simple little designs all over it. I outlined every window, and then I went really heavy on the tops of the windows and on the tops of the houses to make it look like snow was just kind of naturally accumulating there. And I did a lot of dots, guys, because like I said, I can do dots. And that's all I did to all of my little gingerbread houses, and I think they turned out so cute. If you have kids or grandkids that like to jump in there and craft with you every once in a while, this is a great opportunity. My grandkids would absolutely have a ball doing this, and I really did have a fun time doing it. Sometimes it's nice to sit back and just do simple crafts like this and just enjoy the moment. Now, I wanted mine to be just a little bit different than everybody else's, so I took some of these little pre-made bows that I purchased at Temu, and I stuck one on each house, and then I had a little gingerbread boy and a girl that I had gotten a pack of gingerbreads from Hobby Lobby, and also a little piece of peppermint, and I just stuck those on the houses too, because like I said, I wanted it to be a little different, and it was cute. The Dollar Tree made this new version of these little gingerbread houses this year, and you do have to add 2 AAA batteries to each one, but just look at the glow out of these.
Everyone's lighting candles in their homes. Yes, it's Christmas. It's a magic time. Child got their hearts filled up with joy. Yes, it's Christmas.
I just want to thank each and every one of y'all for coming and sitting a spell with me and just crafting and having a good time. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. And don't forget to hit your little notification bell. It'll let you know every time I put out a video. But my videos come out every Monday and Thursday at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I got a little surprise for y'all too. My cousin, Bobby Joe, from the hills of Tennessee, came for a visit. Everybody's been asking for her, and I brought her back. I love you guys, and I'll see you soon.
Hey there, everybody. It's me, Cousin Bobby Joe, Kathy's beautiful, wonderful, adorable cousin, all the way from the holler up here in Tennessee. And I heard that all you guys, fans, has been asking for me. And right here I am. I have been telling Kathy for the longest time that I want to come back and make a big appearance on her channel. Oh, it's a beauty mark. See, it's a beauty mark. Actually, what happened was I was on this big set in California because you know that I'm a big Hollywood star, right? I hope you remember that because that's the most important part about me. But anywho, yeah, that's a beauty mark, and I just wanted to come on here and tell y'all that I love you, and I hope that you have a fantabulous Christmas. I will be back right here at Kathy's house, and you know that I'm going to be coming back on here to tell all you pretty people how much I love you and how gorgeous I am. But anyways, guess where I went the other day? I went to Dollywood. Yeah, shout out, Dolly. I know you watch my videos, girl. I know you do. And one of these days, I'm going to be up there, and my name's going to be in lights. It's going to say Bobby Joe, just like it says Dolly. I love y'all, and I'll be seeing you real soon. Bye.
Did you know that if you're on a phone or a tablet that you can press on my face right here and become a part of our channel? You sure can, and I would love for you to do that. And if you like this video, I've got another one right here that has very similar content, and you can tap on that and watch it also in just a minute. I love you guys. God bless you and your family.